Friends and foes alike, we have returned to League on Lock. It feels like it's been a while since we've seen any action in North America, and it's because it has been a while. It's been a couple of weeks since Team Liquid won their fourth straight over Cloud9, but we've got this little known thing called the Gauntlet that we still have to figure out. 4 teams are vying for that final spot at Worlds in 2019, and they get the joy of running it through the entire play-in stage. For the first time, we will not have Cloud9 representing as that third seed. They will not be running through the Gauntlet, which is sad, but they're probably happy to not have to and get in there as that second seed. So who's the favorite? Who do we feel like has the best chance to get out and represent, and who would be the best representative for North America at Worlds? We'll start with who it wouldn't be, and that's got to be FlyQuest, because I mean, they had a pretty abysmal summer. I know they were great, top 4 in spring, but that was 6 months ago, so I don't have much faith in them getting it done, especially when their first matchup is against Clutch, who we know were kind of the fan favorite. Everybody was rooting for them throughout their playoff run, particularly because of just their play style, the players, their personalities, and how they dismantled TSM in the quarterfinals. They went absolutely toe-to-toe with Team Liquid. This, by the way, was the most tested that Team Liquid has ever been in their playoff run, even though they won the split again, back-to-back 5-game sets. We've never seen them have to fight that hard to win an LCS title. But for Clutch, I mean, they fit this meta perfectly. They play these very aggressive champions. Huni and Demonte have very exciting champion pools, and Cody Sun is a consistent carry, which is kind of the formula to success that we've seen in most of the patches here in Season 9. Everybody stepped up huge for them in the playoffs, and I think these guys are really hungry. Like, I mean, Cody Sun, he has been tossed to the side on academy teams. He didn't even get to play at Worlds last year, which is an absolute shame. You know he wants to get back on that international stage. He's still looking for redemption from the Tristana insect that people seem to just completely relate his entire career to. So Clutch might be my first thought as favorites. They definitely would have been if they had managed to 3-0 CLG, which looked like they were well on path and on course for doing until the reverse sweep happened. I think the main finals for this gauntlet will be that second round, assuming Clutch gets past FlyQuest, which I think they will. Then you have CLG versus Clutch, and I think whoever wins that series will be the representative for North America at Worlds. CLG obviously had a huge resurgence this season. Ruin comes in. Wiggly is completely night and day from what we saw in spring, and the bottom lane remains consistent for them, and so does PoE. I think PoE and the bottom lane really were not bad in spring. It was really that top side of the map that struggled and was one of the main reasons why they could not make playoffs. But Ruin and Wiggly clearly have synergy almost instantly as a roster. I still lean towards Clutch because A, they're looking for revenge from that third place reverse sweep that they suffered at CLG. And I think, I mean, a lot of these guys are just hungry for either their first international performance at Worlds, if you're talking Demonte and Lyra, and Vulcan, obviously. And for CLG, I still have a little bit of hesitation for just CLG as an organization, because we know when you put a little bit of faith in them, more often than not, they might disappoint. And we've gone this whole time without talking about Team Solo Mid, who are the final boss of the Gauntlet. And it's very much likely back-to-back years where we don't see the most storied franchise in North American history at the World Championship, and they're even losing that title of most storied org to Team Liquid because they got that 4-peat. But TSM, I don't really care if it's CLG or Clutch who meet them in that final boss scenario. I just don't have confidence in them. They didn't have confidence in their own roster heading into playoffs. I don't know if a couple of weeks of scrims with Spica as your jungler is enough. They look to cut below all the other playoff teams in that Clutch series. I think they were completely outclassed. Even the game they won was not that close. I don't have confidence in them turning this ship around in the couple of weeks that they had between playoffs and now, because there were just so many issues with this squad, and I still feel like they're not comfortable in this meta, and I think that's been the issue for TSM going back to 2018, because the meta really just got faster. I mean, play got faster. It was way more aggressive, a lot more early skirmishes and proactive play, and that's not what TSM has been about since like 2012 or 2013. Their playstyle has been similar throughout all those years, and it worked. North America has gotten better. Teams make less mistakes. TSM was just a pretty clean team. They didn't make mistakes, and they completely capitalized, but the meta has completely changed. I think Clutch or CLG have better handle and better reins on what the meta is right now, and I like both of them in a TSM matchup. I don't even think it would go to 5. I think it's 4 games for CLG or Clutch in that matchup, but I am still leaning towards Clutch, and it's the Dignitas gene. I mean, the jerseys are back. They'll be back in 2020. Wouldn't it be lovely to see Dignitas back on the world stage? Pretty much, I believe Season 3 was the last time. No, we didn't even see them in Season 3. Season 2 is the last time we've seen Dignitas at Worlds or any Dignitas memorabilia. So I like Clutch. I think they get it done. I think they get to play-ins, and I think they get through play-ins, because we know it's always a meme and people kind of hold their breath. Even with Cloud9, it took them 5 games to take down Gambit to even qualify for the main stage at Worlds, and then obviously they ran all the way to the top 4. But I think Clutch Gaming gets it done in their final year under the Clutch banner. But it really is between them and CLG, because I don't think TSM has a hope this year, which is absolutely insane. That's all the time today for League Unlocked. My name's Eric. Thank you guys for hanging out as always. We'll catch you on the flippity flop.